And we are live. How y'all doing? Darren, how are you? I am here with Adrian from LENTIL Healing and Tony from Shining Hawk Healing. And let me see if I can get my whole life together on this computer. Chat over here. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's like 9 people in here. Let me see. 2, 3. There we go. We know it works now. Okay. So what we're going to do today is some energy reads. We're not going to delve too much into the muck, but we're going to go there a little bit. Also, at the end, we will be doing a giveaway of the Gilded Tarot Royale. Also, if you want to subscribe, go subscribe to Lucky Girl 45. Thank you for finishing my sentence. Go subscribe to LENTIL Healing. The description, the channel is in the description, and Shining Hawk Healing, the channel is also in the description. When she reaches 500 subscribers, she will be doing a giveaway.
Yes.
And so, do you have it? Yes, there it is.
Yay.
This is one of my first ones. It's so delicate. I love this one, but I don't know how I missed it, giving it away, but I'm going to give it away as soon as I get 500 people. So
fantastic.
Beautiful.
So y'all be on the lookout for, I love mine. It's over here. And so I'm
going to show you mine.
Oh,
I love that.
Oh, I just got all kinds of feels. Are you selling those?
I have
tell
not
a story.
sold
Tell
them.
a story. Tell the whole story first.
I make them, and I because of my my tribe, my spirit group, we do have a lot of giveaways. So I just started making them and giving them away to people in our group, and then to anybody who wanted them. My family, people like that. So, but Johnny thinks that I should have opened my store again. So.
I think you should as well, because I was going to say, can I go buy one right now, please?
I like how she put it on me. She told me, Lori told her that she needs to start that you need to start selling them. So you got it from 3 different people.
Mm-hmm.
I love this.
It's beautiful. That is literally breathtaking.
And this ain't switchwood. This ain't gonna break if you smack somebody.
No.
Multi-purpose.
Well, not as a weapon, though.
No, don't use it as a weapon. It does carry good energy. I do. Right. So, as we get a few more people, I'll wait about 2 more minutes or so. What we're going to do is pull some oracles and some chakras, and some notifications just went out. Thank you so much, YouTube. 4 minutes late, but okay.
At least it went out. Isn't that I've been going out for?
This is true too. Silver lining, I suppose.
At least it went out, and we were only 4 minutes in when it went out. We weren't at the end.
Yeah. And so we're going to have a good time. I hope you have a good time too. Don't be sensitive. Don't be oversensitive, or you go watch something else. There is actually a live stream, because I found it the other night when I was being messy, of paint drying on YouTube. I recommend it if you don't like what you see. So now, it is also at least 310 degrees in this house. So I'm slightly offended, so hopefully I can take the edge off here in a little bit. Okay. Now, also, I want to say, hopefully the person is in here or at least watches the playback. They are having a situation at their job. Thank you, Astrid. To where they are having an issue with a coworker having very horrible or bad energy, and energy is contagious. It is something that leaks from one person to another. And if you are not guarded, if you are not protective, it can get you, it can drag you down, and you don't even know where it came from. Have you ever been in a room and somebody walked in and it seemed like all the joy just got sucked out of it? So, so what I thought we would do is share how we guard ourselves, or how you recommend guarding your energy. One, I believe you can. I do this for my brother. I told him, get you a black tourmaline, carry it in your pocket. Selenite, carry it in your pocket. I have that. At least there's a piece of selenite there. Anything white is a good purifier. Anything black is a good reflector. So get you a black tourmaline, get you some amethyst. Amethyst also protects your energy. Obsidian protects your energy. And redlentilhealing.com, you can have your very own protection spray.
I want some right now.
So.
I'll make that happen for you. That happens for you.
Oh, I like that smell. Okay, so Adrian, what do you suggest?
A couple different things. I try to keep it basic because y'all know I like to demystify the healing experience. Number one, actually just activate your medicine wheel and your grids. No energy that is not for thine highest good. It's gonna go back to you. Part of the safety sphere is actually imagining some mirrors. So whatever energy comes to you is going to hit those mirrors and it's going to bounce right back to them. It's that simple. Also, being aware if you are an empath, that helps too. Like, are you one of these people who just honestly can get dragged down with the energy? Because there's a whole kind of extra little things you may need to do. It may not be as simple as, okay, I'm just going to put up my little grid. I may have to carry some rocks and some sticks and some stones, not just for protection, but the fling if somebody just starts penetrating that bubble. And then essential oils help, and honestly, hence the protection spray, but just to keep it simple, just I am in a grid, I am in a bubble, whatever energy is sent to me gets bounced back and reflected to you. It's called the Archangel Michael Safety Sphere.
Tony, what do you suggest?
I'm on board with everything that you guys said, and I always go clockwise around me, and then I close the circle. As soon as I do it, I close the circle around me, and that's what I do when I'm driving. That's what I do when I'm like in a crowd of people. I just close the circle around me. Nothing can penetrate that. Only those of the highest light. If you are not of the highest light, you will not be allowed inside my circle. And you can just keep that up. You don't even have to think about it much, but once you put it up there, just believe that it's there, and it will deflect and reflect all of that energy.
So hopefully whoever left that, it will help you, because you cannot escape everybody. Like if you're in a grocery store, you can always leave. But when you're at work, you can't just say, okay, peace out. Because
there are so many energy vampires out there.
I was going to mention that too.
They just suck the life. They will suck the energy out of you.
Yep.
And the guy who was in office in the White House last week, he was like the biggest energy suck. So that's what happens.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll start with a little fluff first and check on the energies of Sharon Osbourne.
Oh.
Sharon Osbourne has a friend by the name of Pierce Morgan who stormed off his TV show because so many things. We won't go into all that.
Because he's got that privilege.
Yes. But he was he is her friend, and he of course has been labeled racist, and now she's been labeled racist because she liked him. And so she says, I'm not racist, prove to me I'm racist. And then you go backstage and everybody was like, oh, remember when she said that?
She didn't even get backstage and they had already started.
Apparently she had something to say about everybody on the show, seeing as how everybody on the show is something other than a white lady. So energetically, where is she at right now? Because the show is on hiatus because she's being investigated. So what is her energy like?
I'm sorry, spirits. Y'all know when spirits messy is when I start humming.
Thank you, Marie. I'm glad you get your shot.
Let's see. Mm. Very interesting. She wants to cower and hide, believe it or not. Couple things that I did. First, she's got the breathe deeply card. Breathing deeply, it's kind of twofold with this. She needs to really focus on self right now. Inhale the good, exhale the because she stepped in it. She stepped in it. She didn't just step in it big time, because in her mind, oh my gosh, this is another attack against me. No, this is a reoccurring behavior, because this is typically my other oracle cards support this. This is your thing. This is called the rain dance. You step in this often. This is something that you do. This is habitual for you. Charlie Murphy used to say that Rick James was a habitual line crosser. She's a habitual line crosser. And I pulled some tarot to kind of back it up. I'm going to hold my cards tonight, I promise. Over Ace of Cups, overflowing with emotion. She just wants to escape this with the Six of Swords. I need to go the calmer water. And the Hermit, I want to hide. I want to sit back. You can't, because it's the light's on you. We've seen people are seeing you for who you are.
What you get to me?
The first card I got was sexual energy.
Oh Lord.
So I think that she's you got that too?
I did.
Wow. So I mean, I don't know why she's standing up for this guy. But maybe there is something else that's they're friends. She's all up in her feelings about him having this trouble, so she's trying to do everything that she can to make him feel better, to make him look better. She feels like there's somebody needs to be on his side. I don't know why, but then because of his self-esteem issues. So I think that was her motivation for coming out and saying what she said about him and what his proclivities, racial proclivities. I don't really understand what this card has to do with it, but it's called dreams. And I think that she feels like she wants to be a person who is more spiritual and enlightened, and because of that she feels like she has the moral high ground to come to his defense. I really don't understand it, but those are the cards I got. I pulled the curse, and I pulled the owl. So the curse, I mean, I don't know these cards all that well, but the curse, I believe, is his feelings about the way that he feels a certain way about the people of color. That is coming up for me with that. And then with this, the owl is being able to see in the darkness. So people are now seeing him for who he is, and he's not liking it, and I guess Sharon is not liking it. So that's what I got.
Yeah, good old exposure will do that to you. So I get the heart chakra connected. So she is definitely feeling this now, mind you. Just intuitively speaking, this feels like the "I'm sorry I got caught cheating" instead of "I'm sorry that I cheated" type of thing, because everybody was good with their, I'll just say it, racist ideology when nobody could see it. When the door is closed, are you still a hateful person? That is the person you really need to deal with. Never mind what people think about you in the public, because they're going to always have an opinion on what you do. If you can save 9 kids from a burning orphanage, and they're going to say, why didn't you put the fire out? So what you need to do is make sure the person that's behind closed doors is somebody you can present to the rest of the world. And so here in your heart chakra, you got some work that you need to be doing, spiritual awareness. This is your moment to work on you. because this has happened for a reason. Because mind you, this is not about you technically. It's about Pierce Morgan.
Yeah.
And then you jumped in the line of fire and then you took the hit. And now it's time that you get to work on you. Sometimes spirits gives you these opportunities. You got to take them. Cleaned it up. And to the sea. To the sea is being a part of something bigger. This is going with the flow. Just take this. Take the L, as the children say. Take the L. Make sure that you go and you work on yourself. This is now the time to do it. Your lights ain't about to get cut off, so it ain't like you got to rush back to work. So make sure you go and handle you. This is the time the spirit is giving you to correct yourself, not just your actions. Okay. Some more from the horrible to the horrible Isha. Meghan McCain was on television. Oh, that child. She just needs a good whooping. I don't advocate. I'm just saying. Because the way she talked to people, like she ain't got no home training.
None in the least bit.
I just one time popping with the back of her hand. Just so she.
So this is funny. At her father's funeral, she was standing so far away from her mother that it was like I just kept getting the impression that and she was just all of just tears. And I think that from what I got from what I was seeing was that she was being very dramatic and overly dramatic, and her mother was like, you know what, put her at the end of the line because I can't take this. So she is just very, very dramatic about everything. So,
including this. So they were sitting having a conversation, and they were saying that, what's her name? Tammy Duckworth, I think it is, and somebody else was saying that Biden's administration needs to be more inclusive of Asian Pacific Islanders and so forth and so forth. And Meghan McCain was saying, but that might take the job away from a white person who is also qualified. So now she is in the thick of it because that was a stupid thing to say. So what is her energy like right now? That, because mind you, she goes on Twitter and says, thank you for hating me. At least I get you talking. But at some point, this has got to come to a head. Thank you, Patty. Oh, mercy. Okay.
Hey, Megan.
Okay.
Okay, my deck does not like her energy because it will not.
Oh, mercy, laugh.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's about accurate. Extreme root chakra. She needs a hug. Poor baby. And while somebody's hugging her, they need to feel her back so they know where to stick the knife. She needs a hug. There's some nurturing that she needs. She may be a butthole because she feels she may just need a hug. I'm just going to put it that way. Let me just say that she needs a hug. She has got a lot of issues with throat chakra, truth and life purpose. Yeah, truth and life purpose, throat chakra. Sweetie, your throat chakra is all about speaking and listening to divine truth. I actually got the truth card for you. Stop playing the victim. Stop lying. Your life purpose is not to be the victim. It's to ascend higher. Stop doing this mess. And while you're at it, go meditate, go pray, go talk to Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Ganesha, Allah, Muhammad, all of them. Find your sense. Talk to them and pray for your damn sense because you don't have any right now. Because here's the thing: what I'm afraid for her is this attention seeking is not cute. It's only going to be cute so much further before somebody ultimately gets too fed up. And I'm not saying from an ill will, I'm not saying like they're going to shoot her or something, nothing like that. But it's like you may lose your job. You may lose a lot more than just people getting annoyed with you on Twitter. Mm-hmm. That's what I got.
Yeah, I got self-esteem. She's got some self-esteem issues, and her heart chakra. She needs love. I think she misses her father a lot. She misses her dad a lot. She's got, because he held her up, I think. I'm sorry, with these cards. He held her up, and he I think that her heart is still really hurt and broken that her father's gone. So she's suffering a little bit.
She's still breathing,
and it's it's affecting her powers, it's affecting her personal power. So I did get this also, is that she's like she feels very, very attacked all the time, and it's funny because she's the one who does most of the attacking. So it's kind of what is that all about? Mm-hmm. And I got this for her too. Just stop all of that, that mishigosh, that all of the crazy making that she's been trying. I know they pay, I don't know, they pay these people to be, the voice of dissent on these shows. You have, all these different sides. So I think that she's being paid handsomely to be the voice of chaos, kind of, but that's just my impression, only my impression. But I think that she needs, like you said, she needs to meditate. She needs to sit down and stop talking and figure out who she is and what is it that she wants to contribute, because right now she just seems really scattered and all of her energy is all over the place.
So I have Malkuth. Malkuth deals with the physical body. I'm not a shaman. I'm not a healer. Well, everybody's a healer technically, but I do not call myself a healer because I do not practice and I have not learned anything about it. So I'm not going to go into that. But your physical body does affect your energetic body. And I don't know if you need to put down the cocktails. I don't know if you need to put down the cocktail weenies. Whatever it is, your physical body is actually affecting your emotional mood as well. Zadkiel is the angel of mercy. This is also like the justice card. This is about balance, fairness, and truth, which goes into your throat chakra. This is where you do the most damage, and this is where you're doing the most damage to thyself. Again, physical body. What are you accepting in, and what are you not accepting in? Listening. Some people, I said this before. Thank you, Gary, and thank you, Marie, as well. I forgot. Some people do not actually have conversations with people to hear. Nope. They just wait for you to stop talking. That way they can start talking again. Because they're not actually listening to nothing you say, and this is her. See, she hears keywords that will set her off because she's already emotionally imbalanced. And then spiritual awakening. This is your time again to work on thyself. You got called out to the carpet, and instead of saying, well, at least I got you talking, hate me if you want to, that is not a good approach to anything. Nobody wants to be hated. So what you really need to do is take in divine knowledge, take in divine wisdom. If you don't know how, because again, your physical body affects your energetic body. So maybe you are, I don't want to say blocked, but maybe you are out of harmony. And so what you need to do is just sit and listen. You don't have to hear anything specific. Just stand still and see what comes to you. Because somebody wants to talk to you, but you're not bringing that in.
Meditate, stand still.
You need to stand still and stop all of the hoopla and just Get somewhere and sit down, child. That's what.
Stop talking. Stop talking.
Oh Jesus, Christian. Okay. Kylie Jenner is made the Forbes list because she was a billionaire because of her makeup lines and whatnot. She's one of the Jenner children from what's that child name?
Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner and Bruce Jenner. Caitlyn now Jenner.
Caitlyn.
And so her makeup artist needed money to the tune of, I think, what, $60,000? And so she said she started a GoFundMe instead of giving her makeup artist. Yes.
The heifer who beats her face.
Yes.
The heifer who makes
Well,
her.
to be fair, she said she used to be her makeup artist. So.
As long as you don't hate them, then you still need to watch out for them. That's just somebody that was in your inner circle. And mind
especially
you,
if you are on the Forbes of the
And the IRS allows multiple one-time up to $75,000 gifts as tax write-offs. Heifer.
I didn't know that.
And mind you, it was some people. Where's the thing? I ain't gonna get it right, but here it is. Taylor Swift just gave somebody $50,000 because something was wrong. I forgot what it was. They either got that it was probably somebody in Texas. No, they lost their business to COVID or home to COVID or something happened with COVID, and she gave them $50,000. And it wasn't like she went on Twitter and said, "I just gave somebody $50,000." That person said Taylor Swift gave us $50,000. So you made the Forbes list. Taylor Swift didn't. So energetically, what I want to know is where's her priority, though? Because if somebody in your inner circle, at least somebody who was once familiar with you, it was in need, and you didn't reach out to them whatsoever, then why is it? What is your heart's desire? What are you motivated by?
Okay, so I asked 3 separate questions that are part of your question. Where are her priorities is the first one. Which priorities are tangible things that she can get, and popularity, because it's those are 2 keywords are the opposite of what is on this card, which she needs to balance spirituality and practicality. She wants things materialistic and popularity. That's what she wants. What chakra does she need? What chakra is the most imbalanced? I got her 3rd eye. Insight. Anybody with a set of eyes, not even 3 eyes, could see that was not the best move. You need more. A 3rd eye for me is always about receiving and perceiving. There's some immaturity there. She cannot see and foresee what things she needs to do. And I asked, what does the future look like? How is this going to go? And if she doesn't correct this 3rd eye issue, and I'm getting cosmic property. What is cosmic property? I'm sorry, cosmic prosperity. Excuse me. I can talk and I can read. I promise. Because at first I was like, what the hell does cosmic property mean? Okay, it doesn't mean anything because you made that up. It's cosmic prosperity. There's an African proverb that says, if your hand is like this because you don't want to give, but guess what? Nothing else can come in as well. She needs to understand that abundance is all around her, and part of that abundance is giving out so things can come back in. She's always going to be devoid of something because she has a scarcity mindset and not an abundance mindset.
Yeah. When you said she has a maturity problem, This is the card. This is the card I pulled. Yes, because she's young. She's grown up on television. And believe me, there's no growing up in television. So she's also has a problem with her throat chakra as far as the truth that she is either telling or listening to. So she has a problem with her throat chakra 2 times. Her communication and what she's actually, she was like, oops, I didn't mean to say it like that, or I didn't mean to do it like that, or I didn't mean to, all of that stuff. She had done it, maybe put out some kind of press release saying that she was making this donation. You can make the donation as well. Here is the link to the GoFundMe page or whatever. So the way she put it out was not kosher, the way she did it, and that's what created all the chaos around her. This person that is the subject of the GoFundMe page, they, this is what I got from her. She was trying to do something nice. She just didn't know how to do it. So she just needs to work on that particular part of her her makeup. She needs more work on her communication skills.
These cards did not make sense until y'all said all that, because they're all over the place here. But when you said basically deprivation mindset, she has this
Scarcity
mindset. Nalthitz is about need. It's about emergencies. It's about crisis. And then I get 2 cards that are both spirituality or spiritual based. I got the Oracle, and then I got the third eye chakra, spiritual awareness too.
I got third eye chakra as well with insight.
I feel like, okay, because I don't think this necessarily tells me what her priority is. What I think is happening right now, she's going to have a crisis of identity coming soon, or she's going to have a crisis of spirituality coming soon, to where she may even question her own existence or purpose or something of that nature. She may feel, which is so interesting, she may feel isolated and alone. Something is about to occur to where she might feel isolated and alone. And
Is she the one who has the baby?
No.
Or is that her sister?
That's all them other ones.
All of them.
Oh.
All the Kardashians.
I don't watch the show, so I don't know who.
She's just the she's the makeup queen.
Yeah.
She made her fortune off of makeup or something like that.
Yeah, because Kendall is the model and Kylie's the makeup girl.
Oh yeah, and she, right after Rihanna put her makeup line out, this one put her makeup line out. I did hear that. So yeah.
So I think she's just about to have a crisis of self. And I'll leave that at that. Now, speaking of crisis, though, Fox News, as an energy as a whole, what energetically is Fox News?
Wow. That's a hard one.
I know. I'm like, what deck do I? Oh, it's 99 Oracle decks I pulled out. Which one do I use for this one?
Use the one covered in flies and horse crap. It'll be true no matter what.
Y'all know that expression when somebody says you're not worth 2 dead flies smashed in a bucket of pee?
Never heard that.
You said just now.
Yeah. It could be pee, it could be vinegar, it could be pee and vinegar. That's Fox News.
Piss and vinegar.
Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to pull a deck. So whoever wants to go first can. Because I'm like, oh, what deck do I want to use? It makes so much sense.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Mm. It's one of them things to where nothing. It's kind of like telling Donald Trump to tell the truth for once in his life.
Yeah.
It's like you can tell him that all you want to, but I'm pretty sure that went one ear and out the other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna do one more. And I swear for the Lord and 19 Eskimos, if this comes out, the card I think is gonna come out. I'm walking away. I'm gonna walk away. Okay, it didn't. Okay. Let's see. Interesting. Okay, spirit is petty as hell.
Mm-hmm.
It starts off with undecisive. They don't know who they want to be and what they want to be. They're titled, because think about it. They're branded technically legally as an entertainment company, but they come out and they propagate as a news company. That's not an alignment. Are you entertainment or are you infotainment, right? And so this is indecisive. I don't know what I want to be, who I am. And that trickles into everything they do. This is also a place where thoughts go to die. Clear, rational thoughts go to die. Okay, so that's I can't.
Yes.
Oh,
Graveyard of logic.
There's what I love about this card is it's the seeing card, but you guys look at the keywords: truth, clarity, perspective, and knowledge. Isn't that everything that they lack? I thought it was going to be a throat chakra card, but no, this is perfect. Seeing, the inability to have perspective, to give a clear, rational perspective to their viewers, the inability to speak truth, to give knowledge and clarity and insight into any situation. That is the energy of Fox News, my friends.
You know what? It's so weird that you said that, because you said they were all over the place. This is the card that I got, limitless. They're just everywhere. They don't really know. And then you go to this is all of their thoughts and ideas and all of their schemes about what they're going to do with this program or that program, or how they're going to throw chaos into this or that. So, and then we go into the physical, and this is, they're confused about their presence. What are we supposed to do? Who are we? Like you said, what kind of a station, what kind of a news channel are we? Are we news or are we entertainment? Like you said, they can't go together. And so when we go to the West and we think about, we're looking back into the physical and we're thinking about what that presence is all about. Who are we and what are we all about? And then it comes into the physical of they just don't know. And if they knew that they wouldn't be getting sued from all these companies. It's just like, oh my goodness, what is happening? And if you go to what the ancestors have to say about it, is that they need to sharpen their connection to spirit, to sharpen their connection to the people who, not just the people who are watching, but all the people in the United States, all over the world. They need to figure out what that connection is. And it's all about, this whole thing is all about them not having an idea about who they are and what they want to do. Are they going to be are they just going to be the devil children, or are the children of the corn, or are they going to be, people who are actually telling the truth about what's happening in the world? You can't have it both ways. You just can't.
I wrote these down and I forgot. Thank you, the face painter and Desiree, for the super chat. Which is so interesting. I'm asking, the question was Fox News energetically as a whole, what is it? It did not give me that answer. What it did is say this is what they need, which if you tell me what they need, it tells me what they lack. And then therefore it tells me who they are. So it did answer just in its own way. So you can't force it. Sunrise is the first card. Sunrise is a time of spiritual awakening and rebirth. This is what made me giggle because the chakra card is soul healing. And there is a fundamental Windex moment to where they need to wipe away all the gunk. However, there is money in garbage. There is money in misinformation. There is money in keeping people sick, poor, and stupid. There is money in keeping people scared that somebody's out to get them. There is money in this. Therefore, they're not going to change it, which is why I thought this was interesting that this would even come up. It's like, okay, they're not going to do that. So but then I got to be fair. This is balance, like the justice card, balance, honesty, fairness, and truth. And then I got the fish, finding your balance is what the card says. Find balance. They don't have that because, to be fair, this is not a news organization. This is entertainment, and not really, because that's what they got going on is not entertaining. And even people who watch it are not watching it to be entertained. They're watching it to feel comfortable with their outrage. I'm angry and I want you to keep me angry. So that way I'm right when I am outside angry.
Yeah.
And so that creating the victim thing is their MO. So they're not going to change this. But
yeah, because misery loves company.
Yes. And it sells commercials.
All right.
Short commercial break.
Pillows.
Go subscribe to Red Lentil Healing and subscribe to Shining Hog Healing. I put the channel links in the description, so y'all go do that right now, pretty please.
Short commercial break. What are my bangs trying to do? Is it a caterpillar? What is this? And it keeps getting wider as the reading goes on, and I'm like, what's going to happen? Is it just going to leap off my head? By the time?
Look at my. Yeah. Is it the heat?
I don't know. It has to be. I don't know what's going on, but you know what?
Do a little.
At least Hector,
you have to tease it a little bit.
I did, and I tried to pull it down because I know it was going to do this, and then I'm like, oh my god! At least Hector the zit is getting smaller though, so you know what? I'm gonna
give us the Red Lentil Healing. He'll be all
right. Choose my battles. So I just want to apologize to everybody if my hair does something like this. Oh god. Okay, sorry. I'm back.
I can't fool with y'all.
If anybody knows any good natural hair for products for low porosity 4C hair, drop it in the chat, please, and thank you.
Yeah.
Me and this will appreciate you. Okay.
Well, from that to Ron Johnson, who single-handedly delayed the stimulus, who said he wasn't afraid of the rioters that stormed the Capitol. He said he would have been afraid if they was black people. He said, to be fair, he said Antifa and Black Lives Matter. I added black people.
Because that's what he meant.
That's not how we describe the question in the pre-show.
he said Black Lives Matter and Antifa, which is, it's not even dog whistle. That's what he meant. He meant if it was black people coming in here, I'd have been afeared. But so energetically, what is going on with this child?
They were just kissing. They were kissing each other and loving on the cops and loving on everybody, and they were just such a joy to have.
Yes, it was, like Woodstock all over again. Just peace, love, and happiness.
It was the January of love.
Now, mind you, I'm gonna be a little messy here. There is a fool down the street from here. Actually, I seen him on the walk out. He's got one of them black and blue flags, we respect the police thing. And at this point in time, it's March 26, 2021. He's still got a Trump sign in his yard. So you can't do both. Because
my neighbor just took his Trump 2024 down.
Because
I guess he realized that it wasn't going to happen.
Like, it's okay to be stupid, but you need to be stupid on your own planet, not here.
Connie, I tried coconut oil. My hair is soft. It's just mean. It has a mind of its own. He likes to show his butt as often as he can. Let me hold on. One more. Ron Johnson. One more. All right. What do we get? Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay. Throat chakra, communication. Horrible. You know what? Let's be real. I would have respected him more if he had just said black people.
Yeah.
I would have respected him more if he had just said Mexicans. I would have respected him more if he had said Muslims. Communication. Constantly putting his foot in his mouth. Poor communicator. Because he says what he thinks gets the attention, not what needs to be said. I speak for attention, not what needs to be said. Communication. Who is his personality? Really? Okay, here's what it's telling me. He is a dark energy. That's what it's telling me. What is his persona? So he's getting the opposite. This is what he needs. He needs to be a light worker. He needs to be somebody of higher attention, higher light, because he's getting the light attributes card, and he's also getting the seeker, the other dark needing to be light attribute card. He is the seeker of attention. I want attention. I wanted to be the quarterback of the football team, but I couldn't even get the water boy position. That's what he is. He's the seeker. I want things. I want to have, but I can't. And he's also the thief. He's a thief. Hide your children, hide your wives, hide everything, because he's going to come in the middle of the night and pilfer through your pockets. He's the thief of rational thought, truth, and humanity, if you want to be specific. That's who he is. That's where his energy is right now.
Yeah, I agree. In the in his thoughts, he's got a second chakra card. So in his thoughts, and he's creating all of this ill will towards, he's just trying to shovel that stuff over onto the other side, so that, look over there, look over here, look over there. What about these people? What about these people? To take the onus off of what happened on the 6th. It's, we all know it's not working. In the physical, he's using all of this energy, this all of that energy that has been built up in the last for the last 4 years, using that energy and trying to piggyback on that energy to create to get people on his side about what, let's make it different. Let's just deny everything. Deny. That's what they're. It just makes me so angry. And then this is universal energy that he is trying to change people's minds using the energy of the 7th chakra. He's trying to appeal to people in that realm, trying to change their the energy and trying to change the way that they're looking at it, the way they're thinking about it. It's just it's a fool's errand. It's not working. And our ancestors are saying that this expression, this throat chakra energy it's just, he needs to focus on truth. If it's not true, then all of that other stuff is just, he's spitting in the wind. He's spitting in the wind with this because nobody's going for it. Nobody's believing it. And if he doesn't start to look at the truth and start to express the truth, that imbalance is not going to be good for him, and it's going to create it just creates this. Mm-hmm. It's confusion, chaos. And then I got the medicine wheel for him, that he needs to go back and look at what he has done in the past. This is about the past, what he's done in the past, and try to change what needs to be changed for the future. And this trying to make people go back to the past. Let's go back to the way it used to be. Let's do what we used to do. That doesn't happen anymore. People don't want to hear that. We want to progress. And now is the time for us to do that progression. We need to move into the future. And all of this chaos that's happening, all of this chaos that's going on right now he's just trying to stop that progression. And it's not going to work. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately for him, it's just not going to work. It's kind of sad.
I get that he is cut off from the divine. And what's interesting about it is, I think that you do a routine for so long. Instead of giving an example, I'll give you the exact example. Or an obscure example. I'll give you an exact example. You go to church every Sunday because you always have. But you're not closer to the divine because the divine doesn't live at church. And going to church does not mean that you're close to the divine. It means you're following a tradition. When you're there, do you pray? Do you connect? Do you open? Do you listen? What do you do when you're there? Or are you just there to hear somebody talk and then you leave because you've done your part? You've done your duty as a Christian. He is going along with the tradition and the routine, but he has no actual connection. Thank you, Adrian.
That's true.
He has no actual connection. Here with the peace card. This is supposed to illustrate that the bird no longer needs the egg. This is what has no longer served it. It gets to fly and whatever. This is not cracked, however. So you are free to fly and do whatever you want, but there's still something in here. So one person is at peace and one person is following traditions. One person is still stuck in their role. One person is still stuck in their surroundings. Every other card, chest, which is empathy, loving thy neighbor, loving thy enemy. He does not have that. He does not have empathy. He does not know how to empathize because there is no divine connection. I get spiritual awakening and Ansus. Ansus is the rune for gods. It's the rune for Odin. Odin is the god of Norse culture. So this is wisdom as well. Now, Odin gains wisdom through self-sacrifice. And so there is doing something out of the ordinary, doing something that makes you uncomfortable. Maybe you need to sit down with someone who has an Antifa mindset because it's not an actual group. And maybe you need to sit down with somebody from Black Lives Matter and actually hear what they have to say. I'm not saying you have to accept what they say.
You just need to listen to it.
But try to do something out of the ordinary. You might enlighten them on something that you're coming from, and they may enlighten you. And then the both of you can go out into the world with a different point of view, or at least in addition to their point of view. But right now, you're still stuck in the egg, and the divine is flying around you because it's going to try to keep getting your attention. Humans give up on each other. The divine will never give up on you. But you have no divine connection. Therefore, you will have no real prosperity in your life. You know, I mean, speaking from a fleshy standpoint, I don't care because you suck anyway. Now, the joy. wants to slow down the mail and raise the prices at the same time. What kind of energy does he have? And he's asking for money to do this, mind you. He wants the federal government to give him more money so he can slow down the mail. I was supposed to receive a package 2 days ago. I didn't got here yet. We'll be here Monday. Oh, and did I mention it's coming from Philadelphia?
Down the daggum street, basically.
Down the street.
And as a business owner, a small business owner who relies on USPS, I cannot have people waiting 7, 8, 9, 10 days. Bare minimum, most likely it's going to take longer for. I can't. Come on now. And you're going to raise the prices?
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here. Sit down somewhere.
Well, it's in the Constitution that the mail is free. I think it's in the Constitution. I could be wrong. Somebody let me know if I'm wrong, but I think that it's in the Constitution that the mail is free. So trying to charge us for it is going against the Constitution. And I could be wrong about that, but I thought I read that someplace. But
I can tell you what he needs. Ooh, spirit is messy. Let me use this one. So, I'm sorry, Johnny. Spirit was being so messy. I forgot the question. What was the question?
The joy. We're doing the joy.
This is energy in general?
Uh-huh.
There wasn't a specific question? Okay. Okay. That's really interesting. I'm going to stop with these two. Okay. This is a person who, let's start here. He needs to find some self-respect because it ain't there. Things that he does is out of self-hate. Not surprised, right? Is anybody in this room surprised? Not really. He needs to find some self-respect. He also needs a windfall of a good ass whooping. This is the person who, because of this is a lifelong issue of self-respect and self-hate. This is the guy who tried to hang around the jocks to protect him, and he thought he was the jock, but really he's the scared little boy. He is the bully. He's the person who would give the atomic wedgie to the nerd in high school. This is who he is. He needs a windfall of some butt kicking. A windfall of some faith, a windfall of some prayer, a windfall of something so he can stop, because I don't think he's ever going to ascend higher. It has to be a lot of truths that come at him for him to get it. There's also somebody who lacks joy. There is no joy or happiness in his heart. Passion. He does not do heart chakra. I mean, it's a deficiency in his heart chakra. What makes you happy? Being a butthole to other people and other things should not be what makes you happy. The joy.
My last name is Joy.
It's right in the name, joy.
Find something that makes you happy. It could be as meaningless to you as planting a garden in your yard. Something that brings you true happiness other than being a jackass. The other thing is, again, and it ties to do with the desires. Make sure she's not naked so you don't get demonetized, Johnny. Okay. What do you desire? What are you doing? The sacral chakra. Do you find actual real joy in anything in your life? Stop being miserable. Stop inflicting misery on others. Just stop. Please and thank you. Just stop.
You're so right on. His whole thing is just, he got that job because of his relationships, right? They put him in there because they knew that he was going to go in and do the things that he's already done. He was going to destroy it, and that's why he went in. His relationships, and this was on his mind as he was being, put into the office. And then he goes, actually in the physical, his self-esteem is at issue. Like you said, he has no What did you say? He has no self-esteem, or he has
Self-respect.
Self-respect. Yes, his self-respect is lacking in the physical, because he, like you said, he oh, he's emotional. He's very emotional, and this is it's what he is. He's living here in the lower world. He cannot reach the heights of that he wants to reach, because he cannot touch, he cannot connect, he cannot find this justice. He cannot find the justice in what he's doing. He knows it's wrong. He knows it's wrong, and that is what's facilitating this lower world energy for him. He will not be able to get out of it until he makes that connection. He makes that higher connection, and I don't think that he is up for that right now. But that's just my opinion.
I got Ehwas. This is the Rune of Change, not just change, but dramatic change, like the Death card. He needs a complete 360, black to white, night to day change, a complete change. Why? Because his inner child is severely damaged.
Oh, yes.
It is severely damaged. I don't know what it was, whether he witnessed somebody being abused or dying, or maybe he was abused, or whatever the case may be. His inner child is severely damaged.
Wow.
He has no balance. Just like you drew with the Justice card, there is no balance in him. The truth ain't in him. If his name was truth, it ain't in him. He also lives in his thoughts. He has no empathy. He has no compassion. He does not lead with love. He does not operate in it either. Again, he needs a dramatic change, because again, his inner child is severely damaged, and he needs to recognize that too. That's the hardest part, because sometimes you're just a jerk for whatever reason and you don't know why. Or you just think that's your personality, or you just, whatever the case may be, but there is always a signature to your actions. You do this because. And so this here, he is severely damaged.
I thought he would have been replaced by now.
Yeah, it's so convoluted.
But I also have to remember, it's been 32 hours since that man got inaugurated. Like, it's gonna take a minute. I have to show myself out.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being put out, John Matz, who was the CEO of Parler, the alternative to Twitter, where you can go and say whatever you want to say, even if it's just as nasty as it can be. He was fired from Parler after he's the one who created it in all that business. Rebecca Mercer told him he had to go. And so he's been trying to sue this person. He's been trying to badmouth this person. What is his energy like now that he is on the outs from his very own company?
How do you get fired from your own company?
Because you took somebody's money who has no scruples. Because she walk around with a dagger in her hand. So,
because again, she'll give you a hug, so she knows exactly where in your back to stick that knife.
She did. And good. Go do something better with your life. Creating propaganda forums.
Mm-hmm.
That was going to fail.
Okay, so here's what I'm getting. I did a full chakra spread. Get these in order. All right, he's got some reoccurring themes, children. Let's start with sacral chakra. Pleasure and fire and desire. I'm sorry.
Sing it.
R.I.P. Rick James and Tina Marie. God, dog, both of them are gone, children. I just had this moment. Okay.
Tina.
There was some pleasure in building that business, having that business, being the CEO of that business that was stripped away from him. He's having a hard time getting that back. This may be somebody, he may be indulging right now in some substances to kind of help satiate that high, that desire, that fulfillment that he got. That's typically what happens in your sacral chakra when you chase things to make you that high, to make you happy, and not here to make you happy. I'm gonna leave it at that. So there may be even, I keep hearing, okay, I'll say it, some sexual deviancy. I wonder if he's cheating on his wife, hiring a couple hookers.
Thank you, Marie.
Just be clean if you're gonna do it. Just
Protection.
That's another thing that happens when you're chasing that thing instead of coming from here. Okay. He doesn't know what his next choice is. What is his next thing? Something about Rebecca Mercer taking this from him really, really killed his solar plexus, his self-esteem, his ability to make choices. You're going to see somebody. So he may be, here's some outliers for indeficient solar plexus chakra. 1 minute he may be super aggressive and super like, do what I say, and then he may be totally meek and passive the next. You're going to see, you don't know what part of his personality you're going to get because that's coming up because he doesn't know what choices to make. I made the wrong choice. I partnered with the wrong people. They took my stuff from me, and I'm scared to make that decision again. Okay. Bruh, your whole throat chakra needs to be taken, scrubbed with a Brillo pad, and thrown away. Let's talk about, you started an entire platform to spew misinformation and hate. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. You started an entire social media platform from hatred. No wonder your throat chakra is jacked up. You may not have been the person actually in parlor saying the stuff, but you were the house of it. And that is going to reflect in your throat chakra right here. Somebody needs to karate chop you right there. Upper chakra work, insights, again, because I always say I sound like a broken record. When this guy is hurting, your solar plexus chakra is hurting, it's usually because something up here is going on. She could have told you, your third eye would have told you, don't mess with Rebecca Mercer. She gonna mess you up. You didn't listen. And now you don't know whether to crap or go blind. Every decision you make going forward, you're scared. Listen to your instincts, your insight. It's gonna help you. And he is praying, a lot of crown chakra, a lot of trying to connect. We will say it's too late for you and we don't like you because we're humans, but spirit will not, God will not. God loves all, even your dusty behind. There you have it.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I pulled these two cards. He thought he was the master manipulator. Woo-hoo, I'm going to do it. I'm going to create this thing. This is my thing. This is going to be great. And then she walked in with the money and the abundance and all of that. I can give you all of this. All of this will be yours for this low, low price of your soul. Okay, so he's all up like, okay, I got some relationships going on. Look at me, I'm a big man on campus. And then he thought, you know what? This is great. This is great. This is going to be great. This energy is wonderful. And it's like you said, he's, and then he's like, So he's got all of that stuff going on. And then, and then he's looking within, wondering what happened. What happened to the love? Where is the love? Where's the love? Why did she forsake me? What happened? He doesn't know. It hit him like a friggin' brick. And his heart is hurting. He is so brokenhearted. And the ancestors are saying that, you knew what was going to happen. You knew you were in the shark tank. You were in the shark tank and you thought that they were not going to bite you because you had some red meat. You got some red meat over here. You got some red meat over here. I'm safe because I've thrown out all this red meat to all these people. What he needs is a soul retrieval. That's what he needs.
Big time.
Because he is lost. He's lost it.
Yep. That's why he's praying.
It's sad. He just needs to figure that out. He needs to figure that out. And that's all I got.
But everybody plays the fool.
No exception to the rule.
Mm-mm. So,
listen, baby.
I was waiting. I was like, one of you better, I'll do it.
Bana is gaining knowledge. So here's the thing. A little part of me that I am going to quickly eradicate feels bad for you, and here's why. I think that despite the warning signs, you saw somebody with money that can get your idea off the ground. And you automatically thought, oh, this is a good idea because she does this type of thing. She's got the Cambridge Analytica. She can get stuff off the ground, blah, 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 blah. Here's my idea. And she was like, yes, go with it. And then what happened was you had too much sensibility even for them. And then they fired you from your own platform. And a part of you is now gaining the knowledge that everybody does not keep their word. That everybody is not a nice person. And there's a part of me that says you're too old to not know that. But again, everybody plays a fool sometimes. And so what you're doing right now is you are on a learning course that sometimes a bitch is a bitch, of course. And so life can be that.
Yeah.
It can be that thing. Kanaz, exposure. You are now getting to see that everybody is not a good person. Now, I will also say, this is just me being judgmental, so I'll put down the card. You started a propaganda forum. This is what you get.
Yep.
But what Spirit is saying is now you have the exposure. Take this lesson and move on. But what you need to do is that soul healing and soul regeneration. This is now your time. Just like Sharon Osbourne, who they say quit today. Just like Kylie Jenner, just like everybody else that we've been reading on, you have an opportunity now to work on thyself. Personal power. It has been shaken to its core. Yep. Hallelujah. Because everything that you worked for, you built from the ground up, they took it just like that.
Gone.
You made that, and they still took it.
Yep.
And it ain't nothing you can do about it. You can sue whoever you want to sue. You can go sue, but I guarantee you, Sue gonna win.
Sue to you.
Because it's time for a nap. It's time to retreat. It is time to work on this again. You too old to be stupid forever. So learn from this. It's nice to, everybody is going to have a moment where it was like, what in the world was I thinking?
Right.
But this in particular one had a bad start because again, you were creating a propaganda platform. I don't care what you think you was creating it for free speech. No, this was a propaganda platform. Therefore, it was bound to fail. Now, what should you do? Whatever you want. But if you want some good advice, you listen to this here. Speaking of advice, Lord Jesus, Governor Kemp. What kind of energy must a person have? What kind of energy must a person have?
Okay.
You better be glad this ain't the Old West. That's what I'm saying. What kind of energy must a person have? Spirit.
Sharon Osbourne is not returning to the talk.
No.
What?
Just decided to leave the show.
Got a little too hot. She got to get out the kitchen.
Oh, but we all said it because I said I had the 6 of swords. You said, Tony, that she needs to retreat. Johnny said she needs to. So we called it. Y'all saw it here live first.
You need to go work on herself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you, or are you just going to have plenty party?
Okay, Brian Kemp.
Oh.
Brian Kemp.
Don't hate your last name, TC. He won't live forever.
Brian Kemp, Brian Kemp, Brian Kemp. Who upset my poor pappy so bad that he had to call me for a pep up today. Like, brother, I call you when I get low. How you gonna call me? Like, depressed leading to depressor. Like, God, no. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. Almost ready. Good Lord. Oh.
Jace, if it's somebody being negative, just you can help them exit the chat. I'm all right with that. Thank you, Laura. I got time for business.
Hold on, privileged man, privileged lady. I'm sorry if y'all got your cards first. Go ahead. The spirit's confusing me right now. Sorry.
So I'm gonna say, yeah. What you need to do right now, swallow a rock and see how it works. That's what I would say. But here's what you need to do. First card I get is change. Change can be violent. It can be turbulent. And then I got a wasp for you too, which is dramatic change. This is because spirit is now, mind you, keep in mind when we do these reads like this, spirit is above our petty low lives down here. It doesn't really care a whole lot about your voting rights. I mean, it cares a little bit about it because it does make you sad, or it makes you mad, or it makes you whatever. Therefore, your emotional balance has something to do with the spiritual world. Yes. However, you built civilization, spirit did not. And so it is meant to minister to you and thy heart and thy energy, thy spirit, thy whatever, thy goodness. Your vote, okay, because half of y'all don't vote all the time anyway. So it's like, I'm not really concerned with your voting. And if that thing was once 2 for 99 cents, now it's $1.50, I don't really care. So what it's saying is what homeboy needs right now is a change in heart and spirit. However, he ain't going to get it because he has blocked himself. Here with the gate, an obstacle blocks your goal. Clarity. He ain't got it, and he ain't gonna get it. This here child is completely blocked. He is out of harmony, probably from head to toe. What he needs is, and I don't hate to say it this way, but it's not kosher to say. I think what he needs is a life event. I'll say it that way. That shakes him a little bit to where he can get out of his privilege and his normalcy. He might need a fall down the step, or he might need to be super kicked in the face. I don't know. He needs a life event that makes him maybe lay in the hospital bed and have no other choice but to stare up at the ceiling. And maybe spend a few minutes talking to the divine, and maybe try to get back to a place to where he is not a horrible person on the inside and out, because he is blocked from everything. Everything is shut down. That's what I get.
He needs a hug. Him and Megan McCain. I have read on him before, and I remember getting something about something that may have happened in his childhood. Remembering that there was just something, like And so family and nurturing come up again. This is a man who is devoid of feeling and connection because it was not shown or given to him. He probably had one of those fathers who was like, crying is for punks, showing emotions horrible. If you fall, get up 3 times and shake it off. And when he was like 1, and I'm like, okay, he's a toddler. He's supposed to cry when he scrapes his knee, you jerk. Like, come on. Also, this is a man who values relationships because relationships is what gets what he needs. He is not a person who knows how to do things. He uses people to get what he needs. This is the man who used his relationships in Georgia to become governor. No, not people who supported him, but he used his relationships as Secretary of State to disenfranchise so he could steal that election. See, I thought y'all probably forgot about that, didn't you? I didn't. Still up here. Okay. Same thing with inspiration. That's everything. He's just his sacral needs to be washed. Johnny got third eye. I got third eye with visualization. This man cannot foresee, therefore it's just not there. Kipper was a little petty. Kipper told me what was going to happen in the future. I was asking about his energy, but it told me to go ahead and let y'all know. He's the main male. Courthouse. Things that he's doing are going to be contested. Just hang tight. Just hang tight.
I got his third eye chakra needs some work. He and I got relationships. His relationships with the people that of his state, the people, the GOP. His relationships are he's gone a little hog wild with his power. And his communications. And then, he's working hard, trying to stop the vote, trying to rob people of their rights. And it's all because he is a child. He stopped growing at some point. He doesn't have the skills that it takes to be a grown-up right now because he doesn't understand the journey. If he could go outside himself and look at himself, he would understand, he would see how this journey that he's on right now is not going to help him become the person that he is. It's going to backfire on him, this childish behavior. And this, he is a wounded child. So I guess, he needs a hug. He needs a hug and he needs a swift kick because this can't stand. This can't stand. You can't rob people like this. It's just like he's not even wearing a mask.
So let's switch here to the age of Aquarius. What kind of energy does it bring in?
Are we in that yet?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Like middle of January-ish, it started.
You know what? Without saying how old I am, but 60. I've been waiting for the age of Aquarius for so long. Now it's here. I can't even recognize it.
It's here. It's here. It's the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Which is, that song always was interesting to me because you've got this beautiful melodic, dawning of the age of Aquarius, and then like a beat drops. It gets a little trappish.
It went a little hail sunshine. I'm like, well, come on, let the sunshine in there.
Are we gospel or are we trap? Which one are we? Okay, I'm sorry.
He ate that song up on the second verse. That's the part I always listen for anyhow.
She's bringing in openness. We are finally going to be open. Human beings will be open to seeing new things, being new beings. doing new do's, breathing new breathes of breath. It's called breath, Adrian, not breathes, but I like breathes. We'll say
breathe is a word because we understood it.
This is all about openness, letting go, being more open, the staunchness, the rigidity. This card is about letting go of rigidity. That's what this age of Aquarius will bring in. And I 100% support that. That's what I got.
I got new expression. We're going to have, it's going to bring in all this new expression, art, you know, all the artwork, new spiritual awareness, all of that is happening. That's coming in, and it's going to be, it's making its presence known right now that we have it. And our relationships are going to see, we're going to see differences in our relationships and how we communicate with each other. And let me just pull this. Oh, coyote. Oh gosh. So this is I love this card because coyote is the trickster, and the energy here is that the coyote shows you your true self, or the self that you're giving out or showing to other people. The coyote shows that to you, and hopefully you can see it and understand it. In California, there was a thing that the coyotes were sort of breeding and taking over, and people were shooting them and poisoning them, giving them rat poison and stuff like that. It was just so sad. And so guys, be nice to the coyotes.
Yes.
They're our spirit animals, so be nice to them.
I got change. There is also, the first one is sandbar, which means to discover new pathways and opportunities. So we are discovering something new, change already. And then change, which is more change. And then between worlds, which is more change.
Change.
So we are moving forward, not just changing, but moving forward. Sometimes change is not always good, but in this case, it is. You are going from the bland, from the black and white to the world of color. Now you are going to the world of feminine energy. Now you are going to the world where the world can look a little more and feel a little more balanced, especially spiritually speaking. Now this is a time that is going to usher in. There will be a bit of a resistance to this because I'm pretty sure hypermasculinity does not like feminine energy, because then it feels like it's been downgraded, which it needs to be. And so this change is going to be resisted. However, this is not something you can resist. This is something you can try, because you can always try, but you can always fail too. So we're going in a better direction. We're going in a new direction with the Age of Aquarius that is going to bring about change, much needed change. So either get on with it or get run over by it. Either way, the world still turns. So you have a decision to make.
Yep.
So let's turn to the earth here. I want to do an energy reading specifically for the air, for the actual air.
The air that
we breathe.
That we breathe.
The pollution of it, or the attempt to save it, the attempt to purify it. Are we going to? And mind you, because this really kicked off when Obama made a visit. I think, where was it? China or Japan? One of the two. And they shut down the factories to clear the air before he got there. And I'm thinking to myself, but when he leaves, you're going to turn it back on. What about the people who are there? They still have to breathe that, or walk around with masks all the time. And then you come over here and you drive out in the wilderness somewhere, and there's big plumes of smoke coming out of this building, and you think that's going somewhere.
It's going somewhere.
And the air. What does Spirit have to say about the air?
Let's see. Who's... Hold on one more second. Air wants us to ground ourselves. Grounding. She wants us to connect to Mama Earth. Once we're grounded, we will stop doing stupid things. Once we connect to Mama Earth, we will care about Mama Earth a lot more, which means caring. It'll have a, you know how S rolls downhill? Where if we ground, S will roll uphill because it's going to have much more benefits. It's going to take care of Mama Earth, which takes care of the grass, which takes care of the dirt, which means there's more trees, there's more blah, blah, blah. And then it's going to help with the air. Ground yourself, connect yourself with Earth, because once you ground yourself, you realize you are made of the same particles that this whole universe is made of. Take care of it. She also wants you to talk. Climate change is real. So let's talk about it. Stop lying about it. Stop lying about the damage you're doing to the earth, to the air. Stop lying. Communicate, teach, and talk about it. Okay? Because if not, there's only a matter of time before it gets worse. And I'm not a person who challenges worse. I did that once in my life, and I will never do that again. Our fate's going to change if we do not stop forsaking me, is what I'm hearing air saying.
I pulled a rune, and this one is called Jira, and it's a harvest card. It says nothing will come about at least for a year. You know, it takes a while for it to sort of you can't go out and pull on the shoots of your plants to get them to grow faster. You just have to wait for it to happen. So I think that with this rune, that it's saying that that it will happen. We're working on it. It looks bleak at the moment, but there are a lot of people who are working on this, and I think that it's going to take a long time for it to. It took a long time for us to get here. It's going to take a while for us to get to the point where we feel that we're not going to blow up in the universe. So that's going to take a while. We have a divine consciousness because of our connection to spirit. This is what is going to help us move through the problems that we're having now with the air. In the physical, what's the actual problem is money, and how to clean up what we've done. It's going to take so much money to clean this up, the air, the water, everything. It's just going to take time and money, and the universal energy that everyone has to be on board. If we're not on board with it, it's just not going to happen. We all have to pitch in. We all have to believe it. We all have to see that this is the only home we have. If we destroy this, where are we going to go? Because, Mars may look like it's going to happen, but, who knows what's on Mars? And I don't want to go to Mars. So there's that. And then the ancestors are saying, just, use this energy, this second chakra energy to create a better world. We have to create that. We have to see it. We have to believe it. We have to create it. We have to take action. And that sexual energy is the creation of something new. So we're going to have to wait for it. But in the meantime, we have to see it and believe that it's possible.
I have go the distance, which means endurance, which means now human beings are very destructive. However, they are very resourceful as well. We are the caretakers of this planet. I think it has improved since we have modernized. However, we do a whole lot of damage. And we do a whole lot of damage out of just sheer convenience, even. But the world will endure. It was here before us, it'll be here after us. That does not mean that you just do whatever because it's hard to kill. Wisdom is found in truth and communication. The first thing that I suggest the human collective do is stop entertaining the conversation of, is global warming real? If you are not on the side of yes, it is, we're not talking to you, period. Because first of all, you have no solution. And second of all, you have no reality that the rest of us is living in. So go over there and talk to the person who thinks the earth is flat so both of y'all can slide off the back of it somewhere. And then we're going to be over here trying to save a place for you to live. So that is the first thing I think they need to do, is stop having the conversation, stop entertaining people just because you think you have to. There are sometimes not two sides to a story. You need to get the, yes, it's real, and then debate on how to fix it. That's where the debate comes in at. But this planet is strong, but that does not mean you just do whatever. So now let's go back. Let's do, okay, we can go back into the growth right now. The Quackernon. What is the energy around the mentality of a person who believes weird conspiracies, like two people changing faces type thing? Like who? Like I know that Fox News, keep them poor, keep them sick, keep them stupid, and that's how you keep your audience. But come on, like what is the energy behind a person who never turns Fox News off? First of all, watches it all day, every day, and is just mad at the world for absolutely no reason, no real good reason.
Somebody in the chat asked, they were, I don't remember who it was because this was like a while ago, fast. Like, I'm not trying to be petty, but I got a real question. Do you know a single conservative who's actually happy? And I was like, and I honestly thought for a minute, I was like,
I know a bunch of them because I, grew up in the South, but it's always something, though.
There's always something. There's always, we need to go back to living in the past. That nostalgia.
Yes, that's what they love. We need to go back to the way things were. No, you don't.
Just say what you want. You want me in shackles calling you Mr. Blake in the field. That's what you want.
And the first person that ever told me we need to go back to whatever it was they were saying was a woman. And I'm thinking to myself, you were kind of in the same boat as me, so no, we don't need to go back. Even though you were a white woman, you still were. Neither one of us had a place at the table, so I think you were setting the table, I was cleaning it up. So it's like maybe you need to rethink your thinking on girl. I'm just saying, but it's always something.
Always something. Let's see here. It's all about manifestation for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back to this card in a minute because maybe these will help me explain this one. I think, therefore I am. I believe, therefore it will come true. I believe that Biden is being played by another person. And one of these days, I'm going to prove you guys right when his doppelganger shows up. I believe so much because that's what manifestation is I'm projecting something into reality. Really, when you think about it, it's what it is, right? And that's their motive. That's their mantra. That's their peanut butter and their jelly. It's manifesting the reality that it's in their head and not what's the reality that everybody else sees. There's also highly emotional people who have imbalances in their sacral chakra. Mood is big. Feelings, expression. They're into Quackernon because it expresses something that the distrust that they already have in society. It satiates that emotional need and void in their life. Emotions. Insight and visualization, because again, that ties with manifestation. You have to visualize and you have to have the insight in order to manifest. But however, there's a problem with this equation, right? They can't do these two things because what you're visualizing and the insight are things that don't exist. It is not possible, but to them it is. And that's what you've got to understand. To them it is. And in divine consciousness, a lack of connecting to spirit, a lack of, and not even just spirit, but once you step into your crown chakra, it's no longer about me as a human, what the root chakra is. It is now about us, we as energy. Can't do that. So that's what I got.
I have a lot of trouble understanding what this is all about. But this is the card I got, self-esteem. That these are people who have no self-awareness. I just think they just don't have any self-awareness. They don't have the self-esteem that it takes to do the grunt work, to look into things, that find the facts. But they're looking for the facts in places where there are no facts. So that's what, and then they have no ability to have forgiveness in their hearts for anyone except themselves. They can forgive themselves for storming the castle, but they can't forgive people of color or people who don't necessarily feel comfortable in the body they were born in. So this is an inability to love, an inability to show love and forgiveness to others. As far as them looking backwards for wisdom, it's spiritual awareness, but they have none. Like you said, they just don't have it. And then our ancestors are saying that it has to finally be in their bodies. They have to experience something personally in order for them to change the way that they're thinking. That I read something today about this woman who was sorry for the way she passed on misinformation about the vaccines. So she was saying, I am so sorry, I did wrong. She took down her site and everything. So she is one of a few who have come around to say, yes, I did wrong. This was wrong for me to do that. So we have to just cut to the chase. They don't have the ability to understand truth. So when it's still a mystery to me. I don't understand it. I don't understand the absence of truth and fact.
I get annoyed, but I get gate is the first one. They're blocked. Completely, absolutely, totally, and absolutely. They want, though, with the milk and honey. Sandbar says that there is a path to it. There is a path to the thing that they want. There is a path to it, and somebody has told them how to get it. We need to rally, we need to do this, we need to do that, and whatever the case may be. The problem is in the core of who they are, the core of their being. They are being misguided because they have no real information. It is kind of sad. It's kind of embarrassing a little too that other countries like a Russian troll farm knows that people here are so easily manipulated. And they have found them, and then they have manipulated them to where they think, okay, we have a path to success. What is it we want? We want Trump back in. We want this. We want whatever it is that they say they want this week. They have a path to it, and it's interesting. We all get the crown chakra. They, however, are cut off from divine wisdom. There is none. They are literally following somebody here on earth. There's a blind man telling another blind man where to go get bread type thing. They don't know because the person they're following also does not know. And that person is more than likely getting their information from a person who is intentionally misleading them. So if you choose to have compassion for these people, you can say, well, they're being misled and it's kind of sad. Or you can say, at this point in your life, you're 50, 60, 70 years old, you have no excuse. Google knows everything. There's a book for everything. There's a person who knows everything. Find it.
Books.
Speaking of books, I challenge everyone, or I open this to everyone. There's a psychotherapist named Stephen Hassan. Stephen Hassan was, he works on rehabilitating people who are leaving cults. Because really, you have to understand that this is a cult mentality. I saw a couple people in the chat saying they're dumb, or maybe there's a mental retardation. No, these are actually, some of these people are doctors, they're lawyers, they're very book smart. You have to understand the mindset of what happens when you're indoctrinated into a cult. Stephen Hassan has written, he's actually started I think he actually started a nonprofit. If he didn't start it, he's one of the board members of trying to help people get out of the cult that is the Quackernon. So study his work, study what he does to help, and how you can, because what he does is he gives a lot of tips on how you, as a rational thinking, as you want to call it, and I'm going to call it non-cultist, can help those people break free and break out of that mind manipulation.
Well, that'll lead us to our last one. What is Spirit's advice for us? What kind of energy should we embrace, run away from, whatever you want to say? What's Spirit's advice for us?
Sorry for going
as a civilization. As a civilization.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey. Spirit's advice for us is to stay away from the pioneer. In tarot, we would call it the fool, the person who's setting off on a journey but does not have the experience, the education, the mindset, whatever, to go off on that journey. What it's saying is don't follow the person who's just going at it, who doesn't have a plan. They think they're a pioneer. They think they're going out and creating and being the first. But what happens is when you don't have the plan and you've got people following you, when the fool is about to walk over a cliff, you're going to take the people over the cliff with you. So beware of that person. That's what Spirit is saying to avoid right now. Not all new ideas necessarily are good ideas. What we need to work on within ourselves is watch out for our health. Go back to holistic health. Stop relying so much on the big pharma, the prescription medications. It is okay to go get acupuncture. It is okay to go eat some kelp and some berries and put some Mama Earth back in you. Watch out for you. Take care of your holistic health. And its last piece of advice is, hold on one second. As we go through this journey called life, be the master of the story you have about yourself. Be the master of your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions. You ultimately, it's not what everybody says about you and to you, but it's how you see yourself and how you go out into this world. Be the king of the cups. That is what I'm getting for spirits.
I get that our dreams, our hopes and our dreams, and we really need to pay attention to what messages we get in our dream state. Our ancestors, our angels are speaking to us. They're guiding us. So before you go to bed at night, it's a good idea to speak to your subconscious, because your subconscious works on all the thoughts that you've had in one day. Your subconscious is working overnight to make those things reality. So be aware that your subconscious is listening to all of your thoughts, all of your words, all of your declarations, and whether they're things that you want or things that you don't want, you will get those things. If you don't tell, before you go to sleep at night, tell your subconscious to only give you the things that are beneficial for you. So that is my message for you for that. In the physical, we have to use our intuition to make sure that we're going in the right direction. Listen to your intuition. It never fails to give you the right answer. If we look for wisdom, the wisdom comes in forgiveness. And forgiveness is not for the person that you're forgiving. Forgiveness is for you.
Exactly.
When you forgive someone, that energy is beneficial to you. So don't be so mean and upset with somebody that you can't forgive them, because ultimately the person who it hurts is you. And my grandmother used to say, you cut off your nose to spite your face. Mm-hmm. And that's what happens when you don't forgive people. And our ancestors and our guides and our angels are saying that that stability and security is ours. This first chakra is all about creation. It's the fire that pushes us forward. It's the fire that gives us the energy to chase our dreams. And they're saying that this is something that we can have. We're working on it now, and we will be able to feel secure and stable, financially, spiritually, and in our soul. We can have that stability. So one more card I pulled, and the Earth card, and this gave me chills because this is civilization. This is what it's all about, is preserving this big blue ball in the universe, that is the prettiest, the greenest, and the most beautiful planet in the universe. We have to preserve that. And how do we do that? We walk the wheel every day.
Yes.
We walk the wheel every day.
Yep.
We look at our dreams, our thoughts, and then we look at what we're doing in the physical, and then we go within and look at and see how we can derive some wisdom from what we've done in the past. And then we commune with our angels and our guides and our ancestors. So that is my message for us, for civilization.
Very nice. I get Yera in TikTok. Yera is year, harvest. It's also a specific time of year, as in the autumn, because that's when the harvest usually comes in. And then TikTok. That is also divine timing, or a specific time of the year, which means that your harvest, I'm waiting on, now mind you, let me say this. I don't mean to sound like a prosperity preacher at all. It's coming to you, believe. If you don't do some work, it's not coming nowhere.
Amen.
Because you got to get up. As it was interesting. I heard this in church. He said, if you don't get your asset out the door, then, and he said it that way because he was trying to disguise his cursing. He said nothing comes of it. And so there is something that is yours, divine timing. There is something that you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to stress about it. What is yours is meant to be, as long as you have done the work to cultivate such a thing. So now is the time. If you have a creative venture, like Adrian was texting me earlier, when is your Oracle deck coming out? At least when I'm gonna start working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now is the time. So it's either, and I don't need you to be giving me readings for myself right now. And so if you don't start, then nothing ever happens. Yep. But if you start, whatever it was that was supposed to be yours will come to you. Okay. What should you run from? I have Gavora and which one is this? The solar, 1, 2, 3. That's the solar plexus chakra. Self-esteem. Gavora is judgment. Be careful of the words you say to yourself. That is, I always say this, that your brain is your greatest asset and your worst enemy, because it'll have the greatest thought and you run with it and it'll be great, or it'll have the worst thought and it'll play in a loop in your mind forever. But be careful of the words you say to yourself, because they are seeds. They will plant and then they will sprout something ugly, and you don't know how to get rid of it because you may not even realize how you got it there. But I can't is a horrible start to a sentence. Mm-hmm. I choose not to go that way. Mm-hmm. But I can't means that you already don't have the ability to do whatever it is that you think you might want to do. And so be careful of the words you say to yourself and embrace the now and get busy. Okay. So that was our reads for today. Thank you very much, Tony. Thank you very much, Adrian. We're going to do a giveaway, so y'all don't go nowhere right now. Mm-hmm. But I put Shining Hawk Healing. I put the channel in the description, and I put Adrian Red Lentil Healing channel in the description. Go and subscribe. That is an order. I'm not asking you. Go and subscribe. And Tony from Shining Hawk Healing is going to do a giveaway of her own when she reaches 500 subscribers. So you make sure you go. It's 448 people. So go all 448 of y'all. Y'all know what to do. So
right now, don't wait.
So what we're going to do with the Gilded Tarot, put a number 1 through 100. And I don't know why I write this down like it's not in my head. But the first time I see it, it will be done. So do it right now, and then I will send this to you at my earliest convenience. We're getting close. Oh, there it is. Cartomancy Mystique. So you sent me your address in tarotsapprentice@gmail.com, and I will send this to you. When my food stamps come in, I will send it to you.
I hate you.
You crack me up.
I'm just liking so much right now. I'm so angry. I'm glad you cracked yourself up, because I'm like,
Jesus Christ. This is why you don't talk to Geminis. You don't know what they're going to say.
Oh,
Cartomancy, this is all yours. I will send it to you when I get my stamps, apparently.
God, I gotta take this off. I don't like you.
I'll pick myself.
God, no.
I'm so
No.
I need a Shaka Khan fan too.
Just liking so much right now.
Okay. So, housekeeping. Adrian, is it next week?
Yes, Friday.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So Friday next week at 7:30?
7:30, whatever time we feel like showing up.
7 o'clock CPT, color people time. So 7:30. We are going to do kind of like today, but we're going to do our regular
Our horoscopes.
Horoscopes.
You're so verklempt you can't even talk. Join us at 7:00 on Friday.
Not stimulus. This is my UPS store take food stamps. You don't know how I roll. Oh, let me stop. Okay, so next week at 7:30-ish, we will be on Red Lentil Healing's channel, and we will be doing our zodiac readings, and we will be joined by Shining Hawk Healing. So it will be all three of us over there again, having us some good times and some giggles and things. Mm-hmm. So y'all see us over there. Cartomancy, send me your business, and then I will send that to you. Mm-hmm. And thank y'all very much for joining us. Y'all have a good night and take care of yourselves and each other.